Back to Trade Price Cars TV with me, Zach. Here we have the Suzuki Vitara, which is that crossover, SUV, whatever you want to call it, and we're going to pit it up against a similar car in the range. If you walk this way with me, we've got the Dacia Duster. We have the boot space in the Vitara. It's quite a big boot, 375 litres of space, whatever that means, but in reality it just means it's going to be able to fit quite a lot in there, which is the main thing. The good thing about the boot space here is that you can access and put the seats down pretty easily just from the back. You don't have to go round into the front. And also, the annoying thing, a little bit annoying, is that there is a little bit of a ridge there. It's not smooth and flat, so you have to lift whatever it is you're getting in the back over that ridge, which is a little bit frustrating for such a new model, the 66 plate. But at the end of the day, you've got a lot of room to fit a lot of stuff in there. Good thing as well is that this has got a space to go. When you take it off, you can put it under the cover here as it lifts up, which again is pretty convenient if you're getting one of these. So now to the back seats. The good thing is you can just plonk them back in and you don't have to mess around with those seat belts hanging out the back. So they're nice and easy to use as demonstrated, but the good thing about the back is quite a lot of room in here. I'm not touching the ceiling with my head, and I've got quite a lot of leg room, which is good. The central sort of console's a little bit annoying, but other than that, I reckon you can get 3 adults across here without a problem. And the seats are pretty comfortable as well, and adjustable headrests. Okay, so the cabin is quite simple, but on the whole, it's quite well designed. There's some little fake sort of, I don't know, metallic bits around these dials here that add to it. The screen is really the thing that we're going to want to make the most fuss about in here. It's got DAB radio, it's got Bluetooth in there, and because this is the SZT version, which is the top of the range sort of version we've got here at Trade Price, it also has sat-nav as standard, and it's really easy to use and touch screen. So that bit is great. In terms of all-round design, the seats again quite comfortable. It's got nice big pockets here for whatever you want to put in there, your bottles of water or just your rubbish is what I usually put in those bits. The one thing I will say, the only bad thing is there's a lot of hard plastic in here. It takes me back to my first car, which was a Peugeot 206, and you don't really want to go back that far, about 14 years when I started driving, where you're hard plastic. But other than that, I quite like it in here. Now over to the Dacia Duster. Well, the Dacia Duster, while being one of the cheapest cars on the market, and I'm not talking just SUVs, it's cheaper than some super minis and hatchbacks. You're getting a lot of car for your money, but it still needs to do the job like most SUVs do well, and it's got to have a lot of boot space. So here is the boot. It has got a lot of boot space. It's a nice big boot. There is a few things with it though. So this thing here, we take it off and you think, oh, that's nice, because it actually comes off and it folds up, which you think, oh, that's quite good, but there's nowhere to put it, which means that will just sit in your garage for a very long time. And also when you're letting the seats down, there is a ridge as well, which is a little bit annoying, and also you've got to do the whole annoying thing with the seat belts as well. But in terms of the boot space, it's all right, it does the job. So now with the back seats, as I mentioned, letting the seats down, you have to come round to the front and do it from there, and then when you put it back, it kind of gets the seatbelt caught, which is really annoying, because you've got to do this little thing here and then slam it back. That's annoying. But anyway, once you've got over that, in the back of the Duster, this seat's been pushed way back, which is a bit annoying, but I've still got quite a bit of room, and it's not the smallest car in the world either. My head's not touching the ceiling, so I'm actually quite happy in here. And again, I think we can get 3 adults along here without a problem, which does the trick, other than the seats being a little bit annoying putting down, but you'll live with that for the money of this thing. So here we are in the cabin of the Duster, and it is no frills or spills in here. There's some little metallic bits around the dials there. There's a little screen. Other than that, there's not much else. Oh, and there's that big Duster sign that I said there would be there, just to let you know you're driving a Duster. Other than that, it's a bit of an ergonomic nightmare. That's right, ergonomic nightmare, I said it. There is some cup holders here, but as you can see, they're in a really annoying position, and that's not secure. That would spill, definitely. Also, there is a little toggle here that manages the mirrors, but when the handbrake's down, you can't get to it. Other than that, it's okay. There's the side pocket's got plenty of space in there to get your bottles of water or whatever it is you need in there. The glove box, fine. Everything is just okay in here, I guess. But again, can't stress enough, you're buying a Duster, great value for money in terms of the amount of car you're getting. The people buying this can't expect miracles. The good thing about this particular model that we've got at Trade Price Cars is this has got sat-nav in it. Now, Dusters don't actually come with sat-nav as standard. That's one of the things. They come as really cheap sort of price, and you're like, wow, what is that? That is such a cheap price. And then you've got to add all them on afterwards. This has also got a reverse camera fitted with this one as well. So, I mean, all your dreams have come true with this Duster. So what is the Suzuki Vitara like to drive? Well, I've always been eager to drive one because I've never actually driven a Suzuki. And I'm actually very pleasantly surprised about how this drives. I don't know why I'm saying surprised, because I had no real expectations, but it's always a little bit apprehensive when you're driving a new brand, and I've been really pleased with it. The gearbox is smooth, the steering is light and very responsive. The suspension is a little hard, I guess, so you feel a lot more lumps and bumps than I thought you would. It's actually a little bit nippy, and there's a choice of engines, and it's important you get the choice right. There's a 1.4 litre turbo, which you're going to have lots of fun in, because it actually gets to 60 under 10 seconds, which is pretty good in a big lump like this. But the 1.6 litre petrol is the one in this one here that we have at Trade Price Cars, and that would be my choice. Reason being is the performance is a little bit better than the diesel option. The diesel option is only going to be the choice if you are looking to do a lot of miles. Now, I mean a lot of miles, because the miles per gallon in this particular one, the 1.6 petrol, is 53. So 53 is not bad at all. You'll get a little bit more out of the diesel option, but again, I'd probably opt for the slightly better performance. But in terms of the whole package, the steering, the roll when you go around corners, it's all really decent in this car. How does this great value for money car drive? I've been going on about how great value for money it is. It's worth absolutely nothing if it drives like, well, a rubbish car. I was going to say something else then. But yeah, it actually drives pretty well. It grips nicely. The suspension is the highlight in this car. It's really soft, and it negotiates the lumps and bumps in the road actually a little bit better than the Vitara, I'd probably say. In regards to the steering, it's not that responsive, and it's almost as if the front wheels and steering wheel, they've had an argument and they've fallen out, because they just don't communicate. You adjust it there, very little happens, but they don't communicate unless they have to. When you really have to swing it around the corner, don't worry, it does do it. In terms of what you're getting though, is we've got Fiestas on our books that are more expensive than this, and you get a lot of car for your money, and Fiestas and hatchbacks and super minis can't offer you the lofted driving position that we have in this, along with the visibility that the Duster actually offers. On long journeys, I would say the seats are not as comfortable and supportive as some of the other cars in its class. But on the whole, the Duster will be snapped up by a lot of the driving public, and we'll see a lot on the roads just because of what it offers you for the money you put down. The good thing about this particular one is the 1.5 litre diesel, which is out of all the engines on offer in the Duster by far the best. So that's it for another review. the Suzuki Vitara and the Dacia Duster. Comparable cars, and they both offer you great value for money. They're both available at trade price cars, as always with my reviews. Both available to buy. 266 plates, two great cars. The Dacia offers you probably the best value for money on the road out there for how much car you're getting, and the Suzuki is a good all-round SUV, as you've seen. Thank you very much for watching.